Ladies and gentlemen, I am Yusril, the game is Star Trek Online, and welcome to Earth Space Dock and the new season of Agents of Yesterday Artifacts. We have a new fleet holding, we have a new lighting engine, and we have a new mission, which is to get Admiral Quinn some sunglasses. Look at him, the poor sod glued to his chair, and he's got to look straight at the sun. I suppose we get him one of those natty gold spacesuits with a little visor, but that might be overkill. Anyhow, today's real mission is the new episode. It is Echoes of Light, and we'll let Joel do the talking.
We've been in regular contact with the Lukari, and they've recently unveiled a new starship designed for space exploration. They're eager to head out into the unknown, and they've asked us to give them a hand. Starfleet has decided to send you to assist them in their first voyage beyond their home system. This is an exciting time for the Lukari. Watch over them and help them to see the value of space exploration, and let them make discoveries and follow their sense of wonder. Just don't let them get in over their heads.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong on a babysitting assignment? Oh wait, Nausicaans. I wonder who we're going to run into today. Spoilers. So, we have a new species. Luckily, well, hopefully, old Jiro, everything's great in the Federation. Sugihara won't be along to try to force the pace. So, we are off to the Lukari system, and I think we're just going to cheat and hit the transwarp, because hey, it's only 35,000 credits, and one of the perks of being Fleet Admiral is you don't have to worry too much about the cash these days. Mostly. Occasionally. There are times. Anyhow, welcome to the they're in the Ferengi now, saying, oh wow, so they're going to be exploited, pirated, and they have to deal with Jiro Sugihara at some point. Some days it's just not worth getting off your planet. Oh, it's a nice enough little system. Very pretty gas giant they've got there. And oh, looky, the Ferengi have already moved in. What a surprise. With a Ferengi... Well, that didn't take long, did it? Helm, take us to the Lukari ship. Let's go... negotiate with the Ferengi.
Just think about how much I can help. I thought I'd seen the last of you. That is to say, we meet again.
Diamond Madran, fortunately for you, our business is with the Lukari today, and I can't remember where I left the arrest warrant, so you're in for a lucky day. You get to live and leave.
Oh, come now. I'm sure we can reach an agreement. That is.
Oh, shut him up.
That insistent Ferengi has been trying to make new trade deals with us since he first visited our system. Oh, everything he tries to sell is either broken or worthless.
Yep, welcome to dealing with the Ferengi. Occasionally they do sell you something useful, but only because they don't realise they're doing it. You look well, Captain.
Thank you. It's good to see you again, and under much better circumstances. You'll be happy to know that our star remains stable. We've not seen any Tholian ships since the incident, thankfully.
Yeah, about that. It's a long story. We got it sorted out in the end.
The decision to explore was somewhat controversial, however. Many Lukari were resistant to the notion. We settled this moon long ago, after we were forced to leave our dying homeworld of Kentar. It was a difficult journey for us. Once we found our new home, no one was very excited about space travel.
Oh, right, so this isn't your original homeworld. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. Is this where we discover that you have some ancient treaty that says your moon gets glassed if you ever venture into space again? Because that would be one hell of a downer of an episode.
Still, the exploration initiative passed. Considering my experience, my people have chosen me to command the LSS Concordium. It was an honor I proudly accepted.
Congratulations. Your experience, as I recall, consisted of screaming and panicking while I did all the real work. That still renders you more qualified than your compatriots. Most of them were screaming and panicking on the surface.
Our ship is ready to go, and you are.
Right, well, tell me a little bit about your rust bucket.
While we have some catching up to do, we've engaged the best engineering minds of our world to modify this vessel. I'm quite proud. We've done a lot in a very short period of time. We've added some of your defensive technology to this ship, as well as some warp drive upgrades. The Concordium is now capable of sustaining a top speed of just over warp 4.
That's very good. You should be proud. Someone let them have the old plans for the NX-01. That made warp 5.
Our collaboration with your engineers has been quite inspirational. We've started work on a starship of our own design. One of many to follow the Concordium to the stars.
Good for you. Now let's get today's babysitting jaunt over with.
Our ship is ready to go, and you are.
Excellent. Let's proceed.
For our maiden voyage, I've chosen a star that is close enough to be within reach, but still just outside the area of space that you've explored, and obviously one that we haven't visited yet. According to your star charts, it's a yellow-white star called 20 Draconis.
Oh, great. Off the charts, out of the way. This totally isn't going to be a pirate base. Navigation, prepare a course. Everyone else, prep for a boarding action. Yes. Oh, wait. You heard about 20 Draconis, didn't you? Who wants to bet the little git is off to go sell that to the nearest band of Nausicans? Engage the warp drive. And welcome to 20 Draconis. Right, let's go have a rummage.
On the outskirts of the system, there's a large field of rocky debris and asteroids. We're picking up various metals and crystalline formations. Should we approach one of the larger asteroids and take some more readings?
It's your show, we're just here to babysit. Go on. Oh, right, you want me to go scan the crystalline asteroid? Fine, let's do it. Little squirt of the drives, try not to hit the rock, and oh-ho. Ooh, Gekli. Yay! I haven't seen them since Galorndon Core. Was rather hoping I'd never see them again. Right, what did we have to do to sour the power output? Who cares? Scans the asteroid and keep them away from the babies.
Large quantities of silicate, hematite, hafnium, iridium. Crystalline structures appear to be the result of deposits created under a heavy impact. Perhaps this asteroid was part of a larger one that broke up in a collision. Heading deeper into the field may yield more clues.
Yes, perhaps it's part of something a bit bigger that broke up after a collision, like your homeworld?
Sensors are picking up some movement on the far side of the asteroid. Not simple orbiting debris either.
They're Gekli, we know about them. They're fine so long as you don't anger them. Or so long as you don't accidentally end up playing mummy to one of them, because that's really bad for your reactor core. Okay, let's swing in, see what we get. Little squirt of the impulse drive again. Whoop.
They're beautiful. Do you have any information about them?
Yeah, don't let them near your power systems. They're called Gekli.
The Gekli communicate using radio waves and feed on dust particles and energy emissions. And, it seems an adjustment of our EM band is in order. I don't like the idea of the Concordium becoming a Gekli food source.
You're welcome, and yeah, I told you. Adjusting power systems. There we go, and yoink. Ooh, tweak. There we go. Tweak away.
We adjusted our power systems. I'd like to gather more data on the Gekli before we move on. Any suggestions?
We could tag them, we could follow them, we could... No, we probably can't kill them all and use them as lunch, but it would tell us whether or not they're tasty, and they'd keep the crew fed for about a week.
An excellent idea. We'll be able to track their movements and learn more about their migratory patterns and feeding habits. We'll need to get close in order to attach the tags safely.
Right. Minimal force. Okay. Tags the Gekli. And...
Data's coming
Boink.
in from the Gekli. I'd like to expand the number of tagged subjects to optimize data collection. Let's get close enough to slip in with a pod and join them in their swimming.
You... What happens when they realise that they're not a Gekli and think we're a predator? Is this wise? Who cares? Looks like we're doing it. Oh ho, we have... Oh no, there's our pod. Fine. Okay, let's go swim with the dolphins. Cut the impulse drive, tuck in, and... There we go, just match the course. And Gaze into a gentle left turn, match his altitude, and pick it up. There we are. Right, we have progress. Cut speed a little to match. Cut speed a bit further to match.
Readings from all of the creatures.
Yeah, I'll bet. I wonder what they're making of us. The giant, oddly shaped metal Gekli. Yes, that's totally not scaring the newborns.
Like one of their own. They're trying to talk to us with their radio waves.
Wonderful. Probably, let's just hope that talk is not something like of bugger off, you're scaring the babies. And why are we doing the hard work? You're just sitting over there. Come on, get a bit closer. Yoink. Ah, break. Should have done this in an escort. Should have brought something a bit lighter. At least I didn't bring the dreadnought along. Right, let's try that again. Run down to 2 kilometers. Match. Okay. Talk to these jelly... Actually, flatfish? Catfish? Not sure. Not catfish. Flatfish would be a good thing. They're speeding up again. Get back here, you little... They cut up to speed right as you... Alright, boost engine power. Let's try this again. And, okay. Right, gentle cut in. This time at half speed. Just match the... Oh, get back here, get back here, get back here, get back here, get back here. Right. If you want to be sociable, be sociable. Just don't keep trying to run away from me. Alright, let's match you again. And then he kicks up to speed. Just toddle between 3/4 and full. Right, just give it full. Squirt impulse. And yoink, got him. Right.
Incredible. What a singular experience. We've spotted a larger group of them in an area not too far from here. This looks like a feeding ground for several Gekli pods. Let's go have a look.
Yes, let's totally go to the Gekli feeding grounds. I'm sure they're inviting us to dinner. We did tweak the power output, didn't we? Fine, let's go to lunch. And, you know, maybe we're not the dessert? Maybe. Okay. Coming up on our marker point, dump from impulse, and what have we got?
There are signs that several Gekli pods frequent this area. There's a lot of dust and particulate matter, but we can't see how the asteroids are getting broken down. I think there's something we're not seeing on the visible spectrum. Your ship has a stronger deflector than ours. Can you emit a particle wave? We could use that to illuminate things that might be happening in different spectra.
We might also accidentally piss off all the Gekli, but okay, we'll try it. Emit the multispectrum particle wave. We'll need last week's curry. I think it's in Biohazard Bay 2. Fire the curry! Multispectrum particles released, and...
There's some kind of
yank.
subspace shearing here. It's causing cosmic strings to snap off and break up the asteroids. That must be why the Gekli feed here. There's plenty of particulate matter for them to consume in the debris fields. I think we've collected some solid data here. We're ready to move on when you are.
Let's see what lies ahead then. Warp to the next area, and hopefully our Ferengi friend has just about finished up his deal with the Norsicans that he totally isn't making. What have we got? Ooh.
Sensors are reading a swarm of comets passing by this stellar body. They look to have an orbital period of about 173 of your standard years. I'd like to know if they came from outside of the system and were caught in its gravity, or if they originated here. Shall we take some scans?
Okay, we might as well. Mineral compositions will be a good clue as to whether or not they belong to one of the original planets.
Mostly ice and dust. There are indications that the cometary matter formed around a magnetic core. The other comets may be more interesting. Let's move to the other comets and study them closely.
Yes, let's check out the remaining comets. What do you want to bet we find something nasty hidden in the tail of one of them? Weapons to power. Okay. Coming up on comet number 2. And in 3, 2, 1, fire the probe. Oh. Ah! Don't take my helm sequence away from me in the middle of this. Okay, fine, it seems to be working anyway. Fire's a minigame. Luckily, it doesn't appear to have a range limit, or that would be very awkward indeed. Nice use for the minigames, though. Yank, there we go. That's number 2. Don't ask about the range limit on this mining beam. Apparently, we're not allowed to use it as a long-range sniper weapon. Okay, and in another 10 seconds or so... Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1, and yoink, collect the ore.
Ore sample shows signs of magnetic radioactive matter. This comet may have seen some interesting particle fields in its wandering.
Yes, some very, very interesting particle fields. It's been picking up debris in space. What a surprise. Right, let's go check core number 3. Which should be here. And this time we match speed, come to a full stop since it's not actually moving at any great speed, and then lock a tracked beam onto it. Not that we really need to. Oh right, we need it to keep it steady in order to keep the deep scan going. Fine. Scan, scan, scansy. Very interesting comet. It's nice not to get shot at. I'll give the mission that. 85. Yep, we're pretty solid. Complete. 100 points on the scan. Data gathering done.
Holding the comet let us get some detailed readings about its emissions. Based on the structure of its silicate crystals, it's been in a pattern. It picks up energy from its trip near the star, then loses that energy as it loops past the planets.
Okay, so is that straight thermodynamics, or is there something else going on here?
It's like ice melting and refreezing, but it seems to lose a large quantity of energy all at once near here. I'm not sure why. The radioactivity should be steady.
Wait, are we about to blunder straight into a massive energy sink? Let's keep looking.
These comets seem to have a long orbit that coincides with the orbit of a Class A planet nearby. I'd like to launch a probe and see if the cometary movements have had any impact on the planet.
146 years is a very long time to be running what is essentially a glorified energy collection system, but let's send in the probe. Yoink, and fire. There we go, probe away, and I would imagine that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 we're going to abruptly lose contact. Granted, that may be because the probe crashes.
Probe data received. The planet is radiating a considerable amount of heat for its size. Nothing our shields can't handle, but I don't see any expeditions to its surface happening anytime soon. Curious. I'm picking up several large, moving sources of energy. Sensors indicate they're a life form of some kind. A cosmozoan, but not the Gekli. I'd like to study them if we can.
Okay, let's go take a closer look. Hopefully they're not sentient, and hopefully they don't mind us peeking. But we'll find out in a moment.
Planet is geothermal in nature. Its surface is partially molten.
Fairly standard Class A. We could still get down there with good environment suits. I mean, we troll down to Class Ys often enough.
Then again, it is rather warm down there.
I thought you said you were picking up cosmozoans down here. Ish. Okay. Never mind, let's keep exploring. Two's a planet. Two's a planet. Two's a planet. Little loop around the Class A. Ah, there we go. It's on the far side. Kick up the impulse drive. And
There they are. Magnificent, aren't they?
Yeah, you say that, but I've seen enough comics to know where this might be going. I mean, those are tentacles, so yeah. Let's get a little closer and risk annoying the giant alien way. Haven't we seen these guys before? Yes, knew it! Knew we'd seen these guys before. First ever episode of Next Generation Encounter at Farpoint. At least we don't have to worry about the tentacles. They're usually friendly if you feed them. Granted, you do have to feed them rather a lot.
Ovoids? Not sure how to describe them. They remind me of an aquatic life form native to Lukari Prime. There are little ones huddling close to the planet's atmosphere. They must use the heat and the planet's electrical discharges to survive.
Yeah, we've met them before, and trust me, it almost went very badly wrong.
Interesting.
Okay.
These life forms were encountered by the USS Enterprise D on Deneb 4, someplace called Farpoint Station. They haven't been seen anywhere else since. We shouldn't harm them or their young. Let's transmit a greeting, then be on our way.
How about let's just get out of here and not bother disturbing them. Transmit universal greeting. Oh dear.
The color display must be a form of communication.
Yes, but does it mean sod off?
Could exist in this fashion, living off the heat of planets, feeding on the particles in space, absorbing radiation from the cosmos. There's so much to see. Let's head to the next planet in the system and see what's there.
Yes, remind me to tell you about that time with the giant space amoeba that ate a starship. They're not all friendly, you know. Okay.
My sensors indicate this planet is completely devoid of any organic material, and yet it has a breathable atmosphere and lies well within the system's habitable zone. Most curious.
For some reason, well, you can take your pick really. Base Delta 0, General Order 23, Exterminators. Generally this means very bad juju.
Up residual levels of radiation. Oh my. I believe I know what happened to this world. Some kind of proto-matter wave happened here.
Oh yeah, also add Genesis device to that list. Well, at least it would have been quick.
Not if you know how to resolve the chaotic turbulence with a tarfine reduction. This was a recent event. Some kind of proto-matter incident happened, and it wiped out all life on the planet. I think we should send an away team down to learn more.
Bomb test. Calling it now. Bomb test. Let's go beam down, see what happened.
Oh, not sure I'll ever get used to transporters. Let's see. Initial plans suggest this area is cancer, but I can't find a single trace of organic matter. None. I see some carvings on those canyon walls. Let's take a look.
Yes, I'm sure it'll perfectly tell us what happened. Probably along the lines of, oh god, we're all going to die. Right, let's try this pillar first of all. Huh, looks like that was a light fitting of some kind. Looks like it snapped off and fell down.
This canyon were worked by tools. I'm sure of it. Sentient life forms lived here. Until the proto-matter detonation. This pillar here, it seems to be a sign pointing to that canyon. Perhaps a pathway there leads to a settlement of some kind. I'm reading metallic objects there as well. Shall we take a look?
Eventually, but we'll have a look. Oh no, we are heading straight to the central plaza. Now, where were those carvings on the cave? She did mention them, didn't she? Have a quick shunty round. We've got some trionium gas and... Huh. Carvings? Carvings? Come on, where are you, carvings? Don't see any carvings. I may just be missing them. Tetrazine gas. Not hydrazine, that stuff's completely different and far less friendly. Right, let's go check the probably completely natural rock
there's
formations.
Some kind of large structure further down the canyon.
Yeah, whatever happened here... Yeah, I'm thinking either...
The size of that plaza.
Yeah, either attempt to create a Genesis device or somebody
People must have had
decided
quite
to
a
have...
developed culture. Let's take some readings up there.
Or somebody decided to set off a protomatter bomb around about... Here looks good, doesn't it? Fine. Examines the plaza. Scan, scan, scan.
Like a town square or ceremonial center of some kind. I see some murals on the far side of the square over there by that arch. I'd like to examine them. They might tell us more about this place.
I'm more interested in the very obvious combination lock puzzle going on over on these pillars. Looks like some of one of those only the worthy may pass. Okay, so giant egg-shaped structure. That gives you a rough height, so it would have been about, well, assuming the locals were about the same size as us, round about, 12 feet tall, give or take. And we've got, could just be the local ruler bigging himself up, you never know. Tribute of some kind by the looks of it.
These murals depict people bringing some objects to this place. Crystals or gems, I believe? They built their settlement around this site. I believe it was a place of great significance to them. The next mural may hold more clues for us. Let's have a look.
Ritual site, which is what my archaeology professor used to say when he knew something was important, but couldn't for the life of him figure out why. Okay, this is... well, that's a door by the look of it.
Depicts the construction of this large structure. I suspect it was a temple or a place of contemplation for the people. The crystals were revered by the locals, perhaps even worshipped by them. We'd better have a look at the next mural, don't you think?
Yep, definitely ritual. And then we have a sequence where the crystals start growing. Looks like it was being fed by the moon or the sun. Was there a moon on this planet? Not sure. You've got a size reference here.
Depicted in this mural appear to be growing for some reason. I wonder if this is a symbolic or literal representation of events. Perhaps the structure needed to be modified to hold the volume of crystals they collected over the years.
Or, more accurately, they were unwittingly the instigators of their own demise. Who knows?
Right, the enigma we found here. I suspect there's more to be found inside. Getting there will be a challenge, however. According to my scans, these pillars are connected to some kind of massive mechanical structure. Probably the peak of technology for these people. I believe it's some kind of opening mechanism for the structure's door.
Yeah, combination lock. Only the worthy may pass and all that.
We could probably force it open, but that could damage the structure, and too much force could even collapse it entirely. I suggest we create a holographic forensic reconstruction.
Or we could just spin the dials until they line up.
Yes, it would be based on analysis of things like footprints, wear patterns, and local construction. We can learn what people did here, how they went about their lives, and how they made the device work. We'd be watching a replay of history, roughly speaking. Let's start by gathering information from relics and leftover traces of the people who once lived here.
Yes, roughly speaking. 2 words that in history mean we'll be making shit up as we go along. Well, let's get on with it. Pretty obvious that those things are meant to spin laterally, though. So, gather forensic data. 1 of 3.
These artifacts were used with opposable thumbs and indicate a likely handspan of 22 centimeters.
Okay, so that would make them roughly twice the size of the average human, give or take. Well, twice the length. My hand span is, at a rough guess, about... maybe not twice the size. 10 centimeters, 12... Hand span I can do about... 10 to 12... Okay, right, this might work. Gather more forensic data. Mind you, that's centimeters, not inches.
Here show us that people leaned against here frequently. This was a meeting and gathering area.
Yep, probably where you had a little bit of a booze up between ceremonies. After all, if this is a holy site, then it's also essentially a liminal region. Now, yeah, there you go. They're a bit bigger than us, aren't they? But the stride length is wrong for a species. Well, let's have a look at the scam.
Based on these footprints, these people had a stride that places them at about 1.6 meters on average.
Yeah, but look at the footprint size. So they're shorter than us, but they're more heavily built, I would say. Okay.
These relics should be covered with dust and sand, worn away by time and wind. But they're all uncovered. No organic matter left, and everything left behind in its place. Frozen in time, like...
Like these people died recently. Protomatter bomb, remember?
Yes. The evidence seems clear. The protomatter detonation happened only weeks, perhaps even days ago. We're going to need to make an accurate simulation to continue our studies here. I suggest using modified pattern enhancers to do this.
Okay, let's set up the Stixo plot. Or we could just spin the dials, you know, that would work as well. We know roughly how big they are. Tech base seems to be what? Hard to judge.
The signal is strong and clear.
Okay, that's one. Let's get number 2 into place.
2 down, 2 to go.
I don't suppose I can get you to help me? No? No, oh, fine. Suit yourself. Welcome to Starfleet, doing all the legwork.
That's 3. 1 more and we'll be ready.
Okay, and yoink.
That's the last one. All enhancers online and standing by.
Okay, I'm not sure how transport enhancers are going to help.
Should give us a pretty good image range. Your tricorder can then act as the center of the network control for the enhancers. I can tie in my data to your tricorder whenever you're ready. Get a little close to the center of the square so we can see what happens.
Alright, let's begin. Perform forensic reconstruction. Aye. Okay, so... yeah, looks like they're worshipping. Okay, so he sets
Note that the
that
alien
up.
is using the pillars in a specific order.
Yeah, so he starts front left, then he goes front right, then he goes across. Bingo. So you have to set the combinations.
Making the murals match up on each pillar.
I worked that out 10 minutes ago, Kamako. Please try to keep up. I'm hoping you don't need the sonics from the bowing and the chanting crowd over here, or we're going to have to get a few red shirts down. Okay, so he sets front right, back left, back right. Then he goes over to the pillar. And then...
Looks like some kind of functionary, priest or bureaucrat, I think, would unlock the door by turning the murals on the pillars. The top mural on each pillar seems to be locked in place for reference. We should follow the order they used on the pillar murals. If we can turn them correctly, I believe we'll unlock the door.
Wonderful. Let's get on with it. Right, rotate the middle mural. That's not it. Rotate the middle mural again. There we go, that's a bit more promising. Okay, rotate the lower mural. The other way. Okay, so that's one. No, it isn't. Rotate again. That's more like it. Okay, so that's one.
That's the first pillar set in place.
Yeah. I'm just wondering why they felt the need to do this as a religious ceremony.
That's 2 pillars set into place.
2, right. Set up number 3. They've got this serious crystal fascination going on. I wonder...
3 pillars are locked in now.
And then we set the 4th pillar and we discover the unfortunate human sacrifice that the pillars forgot to mention. And 4. Okay, right. Door is open. What the hell?
That's it! It's working! Well done! Shall we see what secrets this building holds? I think I see another mural inside the doorway. We should take a look at it.
Yes, let's go and take Kirk! What the blazes have you done this time?
Isn't that the symbol of your Starfleet? How did it get here? How could it be in a temple of people who don't even have electricity, much less space travel? This is getting stranger by the minute. We should search the temple for more murals.
Okay, Kirk!
Those people in the picture, they don't look like the others.
They're not, they're from Starfleet.
What happened here? If Starfleet officers contacted this civilization in the past, why wouldn't you have a record of it? We should head deeper into the temple and continue our search.
Yeah, because what we've got here looks like one hell of a Prime Directive
The
violation.
panel on the wall here can be pushed to open something.
Or it triggers a giant boulder trap. Roof looks good, we've still got lighting. Okay, push the panel and get ready to run.
Those inner doors across from the panel are open.
Duck! Okay, we do not have a giant... Ah, right. How much dilithium is this?
What is all of this?
A lot of dilithium. A lot of dilithium. What on earth happened in here? So they brought their crystals in and dropped them in here as a offering to the gods? Oh my. Oh my, I think I've worked out what might have been going on. Okay, try this theory for size. Starfleet vessel ends up in this system completely stuck for dilithium. They make contact with the natives, realise that they're going to need a lot to get going again. Maybe it's not dilithium, maybe it's duranium or something else. And they make a deal with the natives. They set themselves up essentially as gods and have the natives bring these crystals and dump them in here as a sacrifice. They then pick them up and acquire it. They leave, the natives are none the wiser, it gets buried in the official record, but the natives, of course, keep doing it. So they keep bringing their crystals, they keep dumping them, never noticing that the gods aren't collecting their tribute anymore. And over time, it builds and it builds and it builds until eventually it hits a critical mass and... boom. Let's see if my guess is right.
According to my tricorder, we've reached ground zero. This is where someone detonated the protomatter bomb. From here, a self-propagating cascade of proto-energy radiated outward in all directions, washing over the entire planet.
Not a failed terraforming project. This is somebody not cleaning up their mess.
Doubtful. I believe what did this was built specifically as a weapon. There's no new ecosystem. All life was eliminated. I'm picking up a residual energy signature here. Take a look. 16 centimeter wavelength with a slight kaon leak. I've seen this before. It's a byproduct of Zenkethi technology.
Zenkethi? What are they doing here? Oh, a derelict space station. Terrific. Site-to-site transport, keep the Lukari protected. Things just woke up. What on earth happened? Wait, that's a Federation station, 23rd century design. It's a K-series. Deep Space K-13. That station was lost years ago. Yeah, K-13 was in the beta quadrant before.
You're trespassing. I'm claiming this station as salvage, along with everything in it. A little piece of history like this will be quite the vacation site. Experience life on the final frontier
Not your station yet, Madron. Not your station yet.
Careful. This old beauty needs some serious repairs. It'd be a shame if something happened to you, or the active stasis pods my men found on board.
Active state... Okay, so... Active stasis pods... We have Starfleet officers. Mind you, the planet wasn't anywhere near it. Oh, and there are the Nauticans. What a surprise. Come on, guys, let's go say hi. Check door 1. Force field blocking us there. Clear corridor 2.
Sell the pods to you. Consider their living contents a promotional bonus.
I have a better idea. Here's my price. 1 grenade and a bullet to the head for one of your soldiers. Personally, I think it's a bargain, don't you? No? No, you don't agree? Oh, well, fine. You're getting that purchase offer anyway. There we go. Another bargain made and done. Yes, 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 yes. Up close, 2 at a time. Shotguns are... Oi! No, you don't. No, you don't. Little sod. Yoink. And yoink. And have some cold fusion. Oops, looks like he went to pieces. Couldn't handle the cold. Now, what do we got in here? Read supplemental logs.
Chief Engineer's Log, March 18th, 1570. Had a discussion this morning with security about our Klingon prisoners in the brig. We can't just leave them locked up, or execute them, or exile them on the planet below. Setting them free isn't a popular notion either. We're still looking for options, but I think the stasis pods we have in medical will come in handy real soon.
And I'm thinking those pods are going to contain the only survivors. Ha, there's irony for you. My guess would be that we're going... Oh, override the security field. Functional. Yep, they did indeed build things to last. Okay. Anything else in the computer? Log files, let's hit last entry.
Engineer's Log, supplemental. By my account, we've been hurled back in time to the 16th century. To make matters worse, we're a very long way from the Deneva system. None of our shuttles are warp capable, and even if we could get to Earth, we'd be in the wrong time. In short, we're stuck. There's nothing to do now but wait and try to conjure up a way to get back to the right time.
Okay, which presumably is where the planet and those crystals came in. Okay, let's get to the labs.
For trespassing are quite severe, and I plan on collecting them.
Really? Well, you're welcome to try. Personally, I have a ballistic discount that says I don't need to pay. Oh, there you go. Hello, mate. Have a grenade. And then have many, many bullets. Like that. Took you too long enough. Let's keep moving. Doors are locked, so we'll have to find a bypass. Alright, well, welding torch? Phasers? Explosives? We've got lots of bypasses. Let's try in here. Oh, hi guys. And grenade. 3, 2, boom. Yoinky, 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 yoinky. So, at least part of my theory back on the planet was wrong. The incident wasn't erased from Starfleet's records because we never knew about it. They never found a way to get a message back to Earth. Because, well, they couldn't. Oh, looks like we got a twofer there. Come on, down you go, my friend. Come on. And boom, headshot. There we go. So they must have done a deal with the locals somehow, but not quite sure what the terms of it were. Right, lock out the main computer. There we go. And any more info? Another log entry.
Chief Engineer's Log, April 17th, 1570. Today we visited the planet we're calling Draconis 3 to collect supplies. The good news, There's a humanoid civilization down there. The bad news? A potential Prime Directive violation. Our landing party was seen beaming in by some of the locals. We're hoping that doesn't impact their culture in any way. One thing's for sure, they can't help us go home. Their tech level is Bronze Age at best.
Well, we know how that one ended, don't we? Most of the security systems don't work, and we can lock down the central hub. Right.
My patience is going to cost you dearly.
Yes. Read the supplemental logs.
August 6th, 1570. The Warp Booster Sled project is officially a bust. When we tried to spin up the coils, we couldn't get a stable warp field. Yashvi and Arlington managed to shut it down and stop a breach, but the shuttle's impulse drive is shot. I hate giving up, but we just don't have the parts we need to make it work.
Right, so they were trying to evacuate the station and get home, but couldn't get a functional warp drive. Bit of a problem. So our next stop is going to be the station's central hub. So just kick out of shooter mode for a sec, scroll in the map. Looks like we're taking a right. And aha, this looks promising, doesn't it? There we go. Oh, hi guys. Yes, I know. Right. You have some fusion. Chill out. I'm sorry, I can't think of a better pun at the moment. Right, as for the rest, he gets ballistic out, and you, my friend, you have deflector shields. That's so nice for you. Or just kindly die. Thank you. Right, and we've got a couple of Nausicaans left. And sorted. Right. Central hub is pretty much secure. Maybe. Anyhow, just need to lock down the auxiliary power systems. There we go. And their transporters are jammed. One last log entry. Okay, let's see.
Chief Engineer's Log, July 26th, 1571. Most of us went into stasis this morning. There weren't enough pods for everyone. 3 of us had to stay awake. We drew lots, and Tavon, Sheridan, and I were the lucky winners. Since we're out of options, we've decided to go native and live out our lives under Conus 3. Hopefully, one day our records will be found, and the people of Station K-13 will be remembered.
Yeah, about that. So how did you go from going native and dumping all your technology to, well, what we saw on the planet?
431. When the shooting starts, let the mercenaries handle it. Handle this, Captain!
Rule of Acquisition 432. Make sure you paid your mercenaries enough. And how is he beaming out through a scattering field? Ugh.
Crime is trespassing. The sentence is death.
You are not a judge of Mega City 1. You do not get permission to go like that on me. Besides, judge impersonation carries a pretty heavy penalty as youch. Well, so we'll just... No, we won't. The knockback was uncalled for. Freeze him into place, get a tricorder scan, and, well, can't quite get a sniper shot on him, but it's not going to help him very much because he's still dead. Right, now, where did that Ferengi go? Also grabs the loot. So, yep, Sphere Builder box. Oh, and, oh, what do you know? We've got more Nausicaans coming in. Well, not now. I need to loot, if you don't mind. So, clear 1, clear 2, and I don't think we've anything else to deal with here, but what I am going to do is just take a wee peeky down here in this other door, because we know we now have a load of stasis pods with Starfleet and Klingons, which will be interesting enough. I suppose we can send the Klingons back home, and we're back where we started. Fine. Return to the ship. Beam us up.
I see
And
you
oh,
dropped the
looky.
Nausicaans on my station. I'll just add their fees to your tab. I do hope you're good for it. Otherwise, I might have to take possession of that pretty ship of yours. Come to think of it, I'll be taking your ship anyway. Whether you're alive or not when I do is up to you.
Come get some, Daimon. You won't like the results. Oh, anti-port friends, even better. Gravity well out. Mark target. And fires a broadsides. AP beta. Loop high. Target number 2. Oh, even the Concordium's trying to help. Good for them. Fire a warp bubble. Fire at will again. And dump a sensor interference platform.
Double hazard pay to whoever takes that ship down.
Yeah. None of them are going to collect. You do realise that. Augs to structural. And then emergency to weapons just to boost the fire rate. Also reinforce the shields.
Not my engines. Those cost me more latinum than you're worth.
You were ripped off, mate. You might be an excellent conman, but you're sod all use as a starship engineer. Right, roll in again. Braking high. And if he is done dying, probably not, we'll just mark him up. And grab the lockbox while we're at it. So, boom goes the battleship.
Get out of here. Maximum warp.
Oh dear, what a shame. Well, we'll just have to follow him, won't we?
Adventure? I knew Madron was greedy and treacherous, but I never thought he was willing to kill to get what he wants. In spite of that, I feel like we've learned so much out here. And for the better.
Yes, well, it's often like this. The running, shooting and screaming bits, at least.
Indeed. I'd say our first flight was a success. Now we need to share our discoveries with everyone back home. I hope today's events will convince my people of the continued need to explore and to be part of the galactic community. With luck, we'll do this again sometime, and soon. On behalf of the Lukari people, thank you.
You're welcome, Captain. Now all I have to do is deal with the abandoned space station, the small problem that we still don't really know who set that protomatter bomb off, and oh yes, the several hundred Starfleet and Klingon personnel in stasis and time displaced. DTI are gonna love me for this. Right, so there's someone using Zenkethi tech at least. Right, 12th Fleet will send repair teams. Yay! Go for it, guys! You have your mission. And we can depart. We have our orders. Let's go home. I'm assuming, by the way, that just uses your fleet name as a variable there. But we are done with Echoes of Light. Let's report
I'm happy
in.
to hear the Lukari handled their first experience with space exploration well. There's talk of their desire to join the Federation, and from what I'm seeing, they'd be fine members. The mystery of Station K-13 has been solved, although the past violation of the Prime Directive by some of its personnel is a concern. Hopefully the crew preserved in stasis pods will be able to shed a little more light on that situation. Finally, this news of a Zenkethi protomatter weapon is disturbing. I'll be looking into it from all angles, diplomatic and military in particular. We've fought a war with them before, and I'd prefer avoiding another now.
Yeah, I can't blame them. Then there was that business with one of the Federation presidents, wasn't there? Ended up using the Zenkethi to channel some rather illegal arms sales, and almost started a war with the Klingons. However, that concludes Echoes of Light. Let's have a quick looky at the featured reward episode. That is the usual, either a specialization point or a universal tech upgrade. Can always use spec points. And we are pretty much done, ladies and gentlemen. Not a bad return to form for a STO. We've been a little shy on content since Agents of Yesterday launched, but if they can keep this standard going, then it's going to be a very, very interesting season. I have been Yusril, and until next time, farewell.